Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dom and today I'm just going to be talking about makeup products that I've been trying out and using lately. In the month of April I purchased a lot of new makeup and products that I wanted to try out, and I didn't do like an April wrap-up video, so I wanted to do kind of like a little bit, I wouldn't say it's mid-month just because it's the 11th, May 11th, but I did want to talk about some products that I've been trying out lately, so let's just do that. We're just gonna talk about these today. So yeah, anyway, most of these products I do have on my face. A lot of this stuff came in towards the end of April, and so I was like, I wanna go ahead and give it like these products a good shot and just work with them a little bit more, just to kind of figure out my own thoughts and opinions before I say that yes, I like a product or no, I don't like something. So without further ado, let's get on into this video because I don't want it to be too terribly long. Anyway, let's do this. So I got a couple of things in the Sephora sale. So I just want to touch on the couple of products that I tried out from there. I didn't go too crazy, but I did buy a couple of things. A good majority of the stuff that I purchased was skincare items, except for like a lip gloss duo and two things that I'm about to mention currently. So the first product that I bought that was a makeup item was the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I have been eyeing this primer for a very long time. It's just so expensive, and so I did purchase the mini size of this. They do have a full size, and the full size I want to say is like $32, I want to say. The mini is $16, but I actually really do enjoy this primer. I'm not one that usually likes primers that much. Like, I have like a couple mini primers in here, but like this one I don't really like. I think I talked about that in a video sometime. I didn't really know what the purpose of it was. Still didn't ever look that up, but anyway. But this one I feel like it actually does something. Whenever I use it, I do feel like my makeup stays in place. I have worn this primer on days where I have to keep my makeup on for at least 12 hours because I'll be at work for 10 to 12 hours. So it does work, and I do think that this works well with my foundations that I use this with. So I'm really happy about that. And whenever I run out of the mini, I probably will buy the full size, just because I could see myself using the full size version of this and using this every day when I wear my makeup. So that is a little something. Okay, so this one didn't come from the Sephora sale, but I did pick this up on a whim, and this is the Maybelline Superstay foundation. This is it says Maybelline Superstay Activewear Foundation, and it says up to 30 hours of wear. I haven't worn this for 30 hours, however I've worn this for 12 to 13 hours. I've worked 10-hour days with this on, and my makeup still looks pretty good. I will say that, which is something that's like a lot to be said, because especially with wearing a face mask too, most of the time your makeup kind of wears off and stuff like that, and like my makeup would just be all in the mask and pretty much my face makeup is gone. But this stuff looks very, very nice, and it holds up really, really well. So that is something to be said about the longevity of this. So if this is holding up 12-13 hours at least with the face mask on, just think about without a face mask, like how nice this would look. So yeah, I'm very, very impressed with the longevity of this. I'm currently wearing it on my skin right now. I've had it on for 5 or 6 hours at this point. I think I put it on at like 1 o'clock or so, or something like that, and now it's like 6:10. So this has been on my face for a few hours and it still looks pretty good. I did touch up with a little bit of powder that I'll show you right now, and I actually did purchase this on the sale as well, and this is a product that I tried out. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I don't really remember what this is called. I don't really know, but it's the one that everybody rants and raves about, and I bought the mini of this one as well just because I didn't know if I would like it. And I got the shade Tan 3, which I'm actually happy that I got this shade because I feel like there's one more, I think, but I don't think it would be too deep. I just feel like it wouldn't be as brightening, and I do want something a little bit of brightening under my under eye area, just because one of my concealers, like I'm circling throughout my makeup and I'm trying to like finish up products. But one of the concealers that I've been using lately, it's not as brightening as what I usually use, so it's not terrible. It's just I do like my under eye powder to kind of brighten and lift as well, and so that is why I got the shade Tan 3, and it just looks nice under my under eye area. And so this is what I've been using. So yeah, this one is nice. I can see why people enjoy it a lot. Will I pay $45 for the full size? I don't know. I have this Milk makeup setting powder to use. Like, this is also newer to my collection, so I'm gonna try to use this up some before I buy another powder. But this is very, very, very nice. It's very nice. I like it a lot. It's what I've been using lately, so I highly recommend so far. So this is a concealer that I've been using lately, and this isn't new, but I'm also just going to be incorporating like things that I've just been using lately in my makeup. But this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is what mine looks like. I've been working through this. I have a little bit left in there. I'm just trying to use it up. I've just, like I said, I've just been trying to use my makeup, and this is one of the products that I have been working through, and I actually really like it. I like the coverage of this. I like that it is more of a hydrating formula. I don't like mattifying concealers underneath my under eyes that much. I do like the Tarte Shape Tape, but I do kind of like to mix that one a little bit, just because I don't want something super drying under my eye, or I'll have to use like eye cream underneath that, just so I have a little bit more of a hydrating look to the under eye area, just because I do have fine lines. As you can see, like, I do have lines under my eyes, and I've always had that, so I don't really want things to settle weird or wonky under there. So I do like something that's a little bit more hydrating. It doesn't look so cakey and crusty when I use this, so I've been enjoying this one a lot. And I did finish up a Milani concealer that I've been trying to finish up for a while. I still have one more to finish, just because, yeah, anyway. But yeah, so this one I'm working on, and I like it. Hopefully this will be an going into my empties bin in a little bit. I'm trying to decide when I want to do my empties. I don't know if I want to do a 6-month empties video, or if I want to prolong it to the year. I think I'm gonna do the 6-month mark, so maybe in June I will empty out everything, and then we'll start collecting empties again. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I wanted to mention 2 face products here, and these are actually, I've talked about these before, but these are the Jaclyn Hill Blush and Bronzer Duo and the highlighter. I have been using these like continuously, and I still love them as much as I did when I first tried it. I love the bronzer. The blush is really pretty as well. I just don't find myself reaching for the blush as much, just because it is a deeper blush, and it doesn't, I feel like it just the makeup that I usually wear, it just doesn't match with what I usually use. So I feel like if I went more neutral on my eyes, then I would definitely use this blush a lot more, but like this blush would not match this look. So, but I definitely use the bronzer, and I usually just kind of use the bronzer as bronzer and blush. But I do like the formula. I still don't enjoy how thick the packaging is. It's very luxurious packaging. It's very pretty, very bougie feeling, but they just don't like lay flat against things. But I do like the formula of the product. I personally enjoy it. Say what you will about Jaclyn Hill, but I think these products that she has released are actually really good, just as good as any other brand that I've tried. So I have no problem giving props when it's due. The highlighters, the packaging is blinding, but the highlighter is also really stunning. This one I feel like I'm using a lot more, just because I am going into summertime, and so I just feel like this color melds into my skin a lot better than it did when I first tried it. It's very beautiful. Just go on with a little bit and it looks absolutely stunning on the skin. It would actually look really nice with this eye look that I'm wearing today, but I didn't go in with any blush or highlight today, so that's that. I feel like I've been talking for like 20 minutes. Anyway. Whew. Okay. onto eye primer and eyeshadowy things. Okay, so I tried the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer. That's a mouthful, just in its own right. But I have been enjoying this eye primer a lot. I feel like the bottle is getting like, see how the bottle is like squishing in there? I don't know. Anyway, but I've been using this every day that I've been doing my makeup. I usually use the Anastasia eye primer, but I just kind of got tired of it, to be honest. Not that anything's wrong with it, but like I just want to try new products sometimes, and this was like the perfect thing. It came out right at the right time for me. The price point was pretty decent. I got a lot more product than I did in the mini size of the Anastasia primer. For the mini of this, like, you get 7 mils, and then this one you get 12, and I think this one is like 13, and I think this one is like 14 or whatever. So I think this one for me personally is definitely, for the price, the way that the product works, I most definitely enjoy this one a lot. I feel like the longevity of this is really nice. It's actually what I'm using today underneath my eyeshadow, and I don't know, I just feel like my eyeshadows last very, very long. Like, I wore an eye look the other day using this with all mattes, vibrant mattes as well, and I went to work for 12 hours and my eyeshadow still looked just as pretty as it did when I first put it on, which is a lot to be said, because with working, with just going through your day, your eyeshadow does fade some, and mine really didn't fade too much. Like, it pretty much looked the exact same as when I put it on in the morning, if not better, because everything kind of just like melts together the longer that you wear it. But anyway, I like this one a lot. I think if you're in the market for a new eye primer, this is a good one to go for. They do only have 3 shades as of right now, so we'll see if they come out with more neutral toned shades. I feel like if they were to come out with colored bases as well, that would also be really nice. I do have like the P. Louise bases, and I do have like 3 shades of that, and I don't really reach for those too often, but I feel like this would be a really good option for bases, because there aren't as many like eyeshadow bases, at least colorful ones, that are at like the drugstore, if that makes sense. So maybe I'm just tripping, but I feel like that this would be a very accessible option for a lot of people. That was a really long, drawn out thing. Let's try to get through the rest of these. Okay, so I tried the ColourPop mini shadow palettes. I don't really know what these things are called, but it's their new 5 pans that are out, and I actually picked up 3 of them. I gave the purple one to my sister just because when I got the purple one in the mail, I was already on the fence about the purple one, and then when I got it in the mail, I looked and I was just like, it's not really my cup of tea personally, so I decided to pass that on to my sister. And so I kept these 2, and this one is called High Society, and it looks like so. The mattes in here are really nice. I haven't played with the mattes in this palette specifically, but I have played with like the shimmery colors, like those first 3, and they are very, very beautiful. I used those the other day in a look, and then I used, in conjunction with this one, this palette here. So I used the mattes out of this one with the shimmers out of that. I kind of want to see if I can do like are they a dupe video for a palette in my collection that's kind of hard to get your hands on, I feel like. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that, but I kind of want to do that. So I'm not sure how close they are, but I am gonna have to like swatch them out and look at them and see. But I really like the formula of these so far. I feel like ColourPop's eyeshadows are really stepping it on up. I have a couple of their eyeshadow palettes now, and I didn't used to be like a ColourPop person. I feel like they just like released so many products all the time that it was just really hard for me to focus on something that I would really want to purchase, because they every week, like every 2 days, they're releasing something new, and I'm like, but I haven't even gotten my order from the week before, you know? So anyway, but I am glad that I picked these up. What is on this? What is on this? What did I just... I have no idea what just was on here. Anyway, that was weird. Anywho's, not sure what just happened, but I'm glad I picked them up. and they're only $10 each, so you know, if you want to try them out, I think it's a good price point to try. Okay, all right, so this one isn't new, but I decided to break this one out and just use it. And I can't remember when I used this last, but I used it, oh, I used it a couple of videos ago actually. But this is the El Barrio palette by Terra Moons Cosmetics. I bought this, I want to say back in October sometime. It was like the fall time. And I actually really enjoy the formula of these. I really enjoy the formula of the mattes. They blend out so very nicely. And the shimmers are absolutely stunning. The only two colors that I have not used yet in this palette is this green up here and then this shade down there. Those are the only two colors that don't speak to me, but everything else in this palette is absolutely stunning. And I've used on the eyes and it has turned out amazingly. Like, all my looks just end up being so gorgeous. I like that there's a mirror in this palette as well. This was my first time ever trying Terra Moons Cosmetics. I think if you are new to Terra Moons and you don't really like know where to start, and you're not really like a huge fan of single eyeshadows, I feel like this would be a nice palette for you to try out, just because the formula is there. You get the best of both worlds. You get mattes and you get really just like outstanding shimmery metallic-y shades. I can't recommend this one enough. If you can get your hands on it, I would definitely try it, especially if these are your kind of colors. I just feel like this is the perfect kind of like summertime palette, just because it is bright, but you can create some very stunning looks with this one. So I feel like I just get the best of both worlds with this, and I'm really excited that I have it, especially for summertime. When I first purchased it, I didn't really reach for it that much, but now that it's summertime, I definitely find myself gravitating towards this one and just kind of keeping it in my drawer to kind of like look at and like, I might do something with that, if that makes sense. Anyway, so this one is completely opposite of the Terra Moons, but it's definitely a great formula still, nonetheless. Still love the color story, and that is the ColourPop Limoncello palette. I was very on the fence with this one because I didn't know if I would like this one or not. It is one of their 12 pans, and it's just like a neutrals palette with a pop of blue. And I feel like for some people, I don't know why I'm getting like glare, but this is what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen it, but this is actually really nice. I've used this a couple of times on the eyes, and I have loved both of the looks that I have created with this, and it's just like very easy to blend out. So I'm really happy that I got this. I feel like ColourPop's eyeshadow formula is really just coming along very nicely. I have a couple of their smaller palettes, like I have these two, I have these two, and I have the Lizzie McGuire palette, and I actually really enjoy all of them. So I didn't think I had this many ColourPop palettes, but they definitely have been stepping it up, and I'm really glad that I purchased this one. I just feel like the shades are so stunning. Like, this blue is really pretty, so nice. I'm glad that there is a pop of color in there, just because I do think, like, people are like, what's with the random blue? But it definitely does give you some options with the palette. I think it just kind of takes it up to another notch. And then just the really pretty shimmers, like these different green and yellows and kind of bronzy tones, just make for a really nice versatile palette, especially if you're not into like a ton of bright makeup, or you have to have more of a neutral makeup look, and you can do just a little, you can just toe the line a little bit with color. I think that you should try this one out, because I do think that it's a very nice everyday palette, and you can get a very stunning look without, you know, doing Cheeto Puff, you know, Flamin' Hot Cheeto eyeshadow like so. But anyway, so this one is a nice one. 10 out of 10, highly recommend it. I was on the fence, but when I bought it, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, I don't know if I'm gonna use it, and I actually find myself using it more than I thought I would. So I'm excited to keep on playing with that. The last palette that I have to talk about today is the Tie-Dye palette by Bianca Linares and Hank and Henry. Well, it's actually by Hank and Henry, but they collaborated with Bianca. I think it's Beauty by Bianca 91 or something like that. She's on Instagram, and then she does a bunch of Facebook Lives, and I kind of just stumbled across this one because I follow her on Instagram, and she posted, like, she obviously made a post about this palette because she was, what's that word, collaborating with them, and her palette was launching. But it is an all matte eyeshadow palette, and it's 20 eyeshadows in here, and it's absolutely stunning, and I really enjoy it, and I just think that they blend out beautifully. It is what I'm wearing on my lids today, in case you were wondering. So yeah, I like it, and I like it a lot. Anyway, that concludes this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got to see some of my favorite makeup products of the month ish. So for now, let me know what you think down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.